From being a viral meme about Minecraft,
Would you like to join my dad's Minecraft server, Minecraft? I've got business cards.
to making fire music,
Have you ever been finding who has 5 baby mamas, doesn't pay child support? Yeah, they think it's cool, they think it's dope, they think it's cool to do it with their buddies, their homies, yeah. Have you ever been finding?
to literally admitting to being intimate with family members as well as animals. This is the story of AnacondaSin, TikTok's animal-loving predator.
The girls were doing that like transition with like the ghost face mask and everyone was really into it.
Yeah. I had an ex-boyfriend dress up like him and I sucked his dick. You've never been excited about like watching the animals like kill each other and eat each other? Oh, that reminds me of a story. There was this guy that was a hunter that would unalive deer and then he would do it with them. And I'm like, okay. You know, if no one else was around and no one was around to see it and you're alone in the woods, who cares?
Similar to the dedicated Wham kid,
What's the recommended amount of dedicated wham I should have to a server?
Anna would first start going viral after she went to Minecon in 2013. But due to how Anna looked and how awkward she was, her attempt at getting her dad's Minecraft server popular would fail terribly. No one joined, and the people that did were trolls who made fun of her and griefers. This would cause her dad to make the decision to shut it down completely.
What really happened to Minecraft? The Minecraft server, 2013. Well, once it got out there and everybody started joining the server, a lot of people came on there just to, griefing, if that's what they call it, and to make fun of me. It was no longer fun for my sister and my dad, because they were the ones that were the head of Minecraft, along with some of my dad's online friends. Starfire. And I might have also played a role in why the server got shut down. I was talking to him, but he had a wife and kid. He was 35 years old, and I tried to meet up with him.
Now you might be wondering how she would bounce back after failing like this. She would eventually decide to do content creation, and this is where her story would become much, much darker. From first glance, after seeing only the clip of Anna at Minecon, you might have thought she seemed like a sweet person. Someone who was ridiculed and made fun of online due to her disability. Which might have been the case at first, but now years later, it seems like she's getting hate for a completely different reason. Anaconda would start going viral once again after she hopped on a dating show on TikTok Live. In this live, she admits to having relations with animals, and goes into depth about fantasies she has about them.
Have you ever, you've never been excited about, watching the animals, kill each other and eat each other as an 9-year-old? That's never happened to you when you watch a Discovery Channel?
No, I feel sad.
But it's so much entertainment. It's freaking awesome. To watch that shit go down, dude. Oh my god.
I feel like
wouldn't you love to be that lioness though? Getting after that zebra. Oh, that reminds me of a story. There was this guy that was a hunter that would unalive deer, and then he would do it with them after he unalived them deal. And I'm like, okay, if no one else was around and no one was around to see it and you're alone in the woods, and who cares? I mean, it's already unalived at that point. I mean, it's a deal, at least it's not a person,
No, wait, no. But I mean, what?
I mean, if that's something that you're into and you're alone in the woods and it's just a deal, as long as you're not doing it to people and it's already unalived and you were gonna eat it later, you were gonna gut it and eat it. Imagine the glorification of being able to hang those antlers on the wall, knowing that you had that intimacy with it, as well as being able to eat its meat and being able to harvest its skin and being able to make a jacket out of it. That would be fucking awesome. In the woods, I could unalive them and then I can have a little fun with them,
That's illegal, right?
That's why it has to be done when no one else is around. That's why it has to be done. That's why some people do it and they just never tell anyone. Duh. It's like my ex-boyfriend who was 45 and wanted me to have sex with his dog, but I didn't do it.
I don't believe that.
He did it with his dog.
No, I think you did it with the dog after this conversation.
I never did it with the dog. No, I never did it. Because the dog was scared of me and did not want to do it. He would put the dog on me and the dog would go off.
Scared because you were trying to it.
Yeah. I didn't want to do it either. It was weird. Like, that's a little too far. Like,
You're just sitting here talking about wanting to do it, and like you're just saying you didn't do it, but I think you did it.
it doesn't count if your eyes are closed. It doesn't matter if your eyes is closed. Your eyes is closed. You can just think it. You can just imagine it's a man with a giant penis.
I'm glad my dog's not in here for you to ogle at.
Every dog has a different size.
There also has been numerous amounts of clips after this of her talking about similar things as well.
Bad joke about dogs. It's not illegal to fantasize about dogs. You can dream about them all night long.
Anaconda wouldn't just admit to having relations with animals, though. She would go as far as admitting to doing some crazy things with her own family members. Mainly being her own father and her younger brother.
You know, me and my brother didn't always get along. Me and my sister didn't always get along. That's sibling stuff. That's natural. You know, to fight with each other and, you know, argue and all this other stuff. That's sibling stuff. That's normal. And one day you're going to look back and you're all going to laugh about it. I loved having a little brother when he died. Me and my brother basically got busted having sex. And my mom separated us. Yeah. Because we took baths together and we were curious. And we did that a couple of times and we'd get embarrassed and laugh at each other and stuff, right? And then,
That's a bummer.
Yeah. I mean, for obvious reasons, it was the right thing for her to do, but by then it was kind of already too late. How do I say this? So, I used to date my brother. I was like 11, and he was 8. I'll just say that. And my mom caught us doing something. And that's kind of where all of this provocative behavior as an adult came from. I used to convince and talk my brother into certain things. And it was all my idea. Because again, I was 3 years older, and I was feeling it. And I was going through changes. But to be honest, no other man would be able to love me unconditionally like my father, or be able to put up with me like my father has. He knows me better than I know myself. I'd probably be happier living by myself, living on my own. I'd need assistance, yes, and I would have those, hopefully, but there's so many other problems that could occur if I did live on my own. And my dad knows this, which is why he's like, Anna, if I think you could live on your own, you would. There's a lot of women out there that I meet that don't have dads like mine. He's awesome. Oh, trust me, there's been a few times where I've touched him thinking he was somebody else.
How does that
And then I didn't
misunderstanding
know it was
happen?
him. Yeah. And then, like, he's like, what the hell are you doing? I was in the kitchen, in the dark, there's lights on. I grabbed him. He said, what the hell are you doing?
But Anna, who else would be in your house?
Well, sometimes I have people that come to me from, like, Tinder, that will come through, like, the garage, you know? And yeah. I saw a hot dude, and then I started trying to make out with my dad, but then he was wearing like button-up shirt and all that, and then he was like, what you doing? And he said, you expecting someone? And I said, nothing, and I realized who it was, and I got embarrassed, and I stuck my face in the fridge, and my dad's like, what are you doing? What the hell are you doing? And I said, oh, nothing, and then my dad looked at me like this. And I had mentioned to him that I saw it by accident. He said, you can never tell anybody about that. I do not want to get in trouble, and I don't want people thinking that something's going on. This is not. But still, I can understand where he's coming from. He doesn't want to get fucked over or anything. So when I looked over, and this is why I don't drink anymore, and this hasn't happened since then. But it had to have been a drink, because there's no way this really happened. But like, this part did happen. Like, I talked about it not being circumcised or whatever, and then, like, I looked down, and he had it out. He literally had it out. I don't know how it really happened, but we sniggled at each other. We kind of, like, laughed at each other. We kind of said a bunch of other stuff to each other. And the next thing I knew, I was basically riding the fuck out of him. But my dad was also a super nice guy. And he would lay in my bed in that one little bed. My dad would lay in my bed. We'd be laying next to each other, and he would show me his, and we would do what we do, and then, like, it was like playing together. But he told me not to tell anyone, because then people would Like, they wouldn't understand. Thing I wanted to say was my dad paid $6,000 to put my innocence in court to protect me and to save me, right? To bail me out, right? Well, in a way, I kind of saved my dad and bailed him out when I deleted all those YouTube videos of the allegations against him. I was a girl. I pretended to be straight for my mom, who just wanted a granddaughter. Babies aren't supposed to come out of men's bodies. My sister, I always thought was hot when changing clothes. I thought I was a girl. That's why Bethany in 2016 was so awesome. When my sister caught us, I'm a boy brain, trapped in a woman's body.
Oh, you thought animals and family members was it? How about kids? Cause this bitch is basically attracted to anything, I guess.
Like, if you was attracted to, like, Spider-Man universe, or attracted to teenage boys, right? You're like, does that make you a... Or does it only make you a... if you actually acted on it, right? It's only illegal if you act upon it, right? Why?
So, how many underage people do you think you talked to, or I've slept with, I should say?
8.
8?
About count.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh,
you.
8
Maybe
people.
10. I don't know.
Underage.
Yeah. Kind of lost count.
With how she talks in these clips, it's obviously very concerning, especially when you take into consideration that she gave birth in 2015. Another wild thing to mention is that she has an obsession with her fellow lolcows, such as World of T-Shirts, Cyrax, and King Cobra. It has even been alleged that her and Cyrax were doing things together behind the scenes, until he stopped due to the fact he thought Anna was a troll.
Is it possible to convince World of T-Shirts to convince Daniel Lawson? I really want World of T-Shirts, to be honest. If it's a way to convince him to come to my hometown in Indiana, and, like, we could go on a date together or whatever. King Cobra doesn't really use social media very much. I noticed that. But if I could get World of T-Shirts in bed with me, oh my god.
Anyways, guys, I think that's about it for today's video. I know that it's been quite a while, so I figured it would finally be a good time to post after my big fucking break. I promise to make more videos in the future, I just need more ideas from y'all in the comments. But I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed to my channel for more uploads. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and peace.